Josh here with Dynasty Trip from Football Guys. We are talking about some takeaways from Tripp's Reading the Defense article. Trip, what were some insights that you had in last week's Reading the Defense?
Hey Josh, thanks for having me. Yeah, the Reading the Defense for Football Guys, Volume 8 was about new trend in real football and how that affects fantasy football. The trend is more cover two defenses, meaning two deep safeties. And that's translating to some meaningful results on the IDP front from nickels. Legarius Steed is leading all defensive backs in scoring on a per game basis through 7 weeks. He, of course, had his bye this past week. And several other players have started to make an impact in the slot. Isaiah Simmons has been playing predominantly in the slot and has been up and down this season. Antoine Winfield has been playing almost exclusively in the slot with Mike Edwards and either Logan Ryan or Keanu Neal deep. And he's been able to either meet or exceed his statistical production despite that change. And so a player that is beginning to flash in that same role is Kyle Hamilton of the Ravens, who was the 14th overall pick of this past draft, expected by many to step into an immediate starting safety role. That hasn't happened. He's been playing some of the big slot role alongside Chuck Clark and now Geno Stone. He finally started to make an impact in the game on Thursday night against the Bucs. He had 4 pass rush opportunities, resulting in a pressure of Tom Brady and collected a few tackles before getting hurt. But he played his biggest snap share to date, and there may yet be hope for the high pick.
Giving hope to a lot of Kyle Hamilton managers out there, Trip. But the big news in the NFL and in the IDP world, of course, the trade of Roquan Smith from the Bears to the Ravens. How do you see this working out for Roquan, and how do you see it maybe complicating things for Kyle Hamilton?
It's certainly a challenge when it comes to how Roquan fits into Baltimore. It remains to be seen if it hurts Kyle Hamilton. Who it really hurts, of course, is Patrick Queen. The Ravens have struggled to make him a full-time player and be happy with it. They brought in Josh Bynes to play middle linebacker after they moved Queen over last year to play weak side linebacker. I think they've resigned themselves to the fact that they need an impact player at middle linebacker. And I'm curious to see how Roquan Smith fits there. Part of the Patrick Queen's problem was some of the run defensive fits. Roquan Smith is a coverage backer. It certainly stands to reason that they think he can do it and that they expect him to take on a lead role there. The impact on Roquan Smith as an IDP is that it's not likely he's able to maintain the type of tackle efficiency in the Ravens defense. In Chicago, all the opportunities spilled to the middle of the field, and Roquan Smith is able to pile up tackles. In Baltimore, it's certainly not a bad fit in terms of linebacker production, but we haven't seen quite that high ceiling of tackle rate per snap. Maybe an opportunity for folks to sell high where they have the opportunity and to see what kind of assets they can get on top of Roquan for the rest of the season. For the defensive backfield, Kyle Hamilton remains a risk, but I remain optimistic that he can carve out a niche there.
Great stuff there, Trip. If anyone has not checked out your work over at Football Guys, let them know what you have coming up and what they can look forward to with the Reading the Defense series.
Well, thanks again, Josh. The Reading the Defense column is aiming to look every week at trends in the real football world that impact how we play IDP fantasy football, looking at things like player deployment and scheme related impacts. It's been a pleasure ride. It's been my first season over Football Guys, and it's been a great team of people to work with. And excited about more opportunities to bring exploratory content like the piece that we had on Nichols just this last week.
There we go, Trip. Thanks so much. Be sure to check out his work over at Football Guys. This has been IDP Shorts from the IDP Show. We'll see y'all next time.